Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 6 Premium British Battleship Warspite. She has 8 381mm guns, 16 secondary guns, 45 AA defense rating, a surface detect of 13.8 kilometers top speed, 24.7 knots, total health 53,800. For my modules, reduce crit chance on main armament, improved aiming accuracy, reduce the chance of flood and fire, improved fire and flood repair. For my commander, basic survivability, expert marksman, superintendent, and advanced firing training. We are on the map Estuary, and no situation awareness, Notser. What has happened to you? Well, it's baseline now. It's baked into every single ship, every single commander. It's there. So that means it's not going to be in the intro? No, it's not going to be in the intro. Any second that I can take off the intro, I'm going to do it. But the Warspite, if you notice, you don't see any of that rust belt, the red underbelly. She's much lower in the water. Well, much lower. I mean, she's centimeters, couple, maybe. But it's nice. It looks more natural, right? So that's why I wanted to play the Warspite in 0.5.9, which this is. The Europeans probably are just now getting the patch, and maybe they played for a couple hours. The Americans have had it for a day at this point. And I'm just going to check it out, right? We've got, the Atlanta. The Atlanta has changed slightly. The destroyers, they're going to have their little ring around their smoke. Make sure you turn it on. I read that the patch notes have it on by default, but when I looked in my settings, it was off. So just check that. Double check. Settings, controls, and then it's basically smoke rings. Make sure that's checked on. Otherwise, you're not going to see that, and it is an advantage, so you should use it. Now, on Estuary, I am with my trusty companion, Poimane. He is in the Tier 6 Japanese battleship, Fuso. And I was looking to try and ambush this Pensacola. You notice the Pensacola move forward, but never mind. An enemy Mahan has shown up, and yes, it's being pronounced a little bit different. This is a person who has lived, 150 years ago? Admiral Mahan. So, not quite sure. I've looked it up. People have told me how you pronounce his last name. And we're just going to go with it. Now, this guy was not looking my direction. Maybe he didn't expect me to be there, but as his turrets rotate slowly, that is basically a nice tell that, okay, he's taking a little bit of time to get the torpedoes in position, and he will definitely send torpedoes towards me. I, on the other hand, only do, 2,000 points of damage? Not impressive at all. But I'm still alive, and I'm not going to take these torpedoes. Any second now. Come on, torpedoes. Any second now. Now, you can't see the ring right now. I believe it only appears based on distance to the smoke. Because I did play a game later, and I was chasing down a Shimakaze, and I definitely saw the smoke ring. But I was going through the smoke. And I was also playing in a destroyer, and I saw it. So, yes, I believe the beta patch with the smoke rings, it was very obvious from distance where the ring actually existed. Now, the western side of the map doesn't look very good. I am detected by something, and on the comms I'm going, hey, Poimane, I think that enemy destroyer, the Mahan, might have moved forward through the smoke. He could be detecting me. And I might actually mark it out, yeah, I'm worried about it, but so far, I'm still detected, and I'm rounding the island. He would have to come really far in to see me. I don't think he's actually the guy. And also, it had to be that Farragut. He's being scouted by my team on the eastern side of the map. So I'm going to get into an ambush position, as I'm detected. This is a aircraft that is flying overhead, probably one of those cruisers. You notice there are two cruisers that sort of are last known position just north of my position. So it's going around circling a cruiser that has to be right at the tip of that island. And we're detected. There he is. Okay, he shows up. We elevate the gun, fire at the waterline, and oh baby, yeah. We take that guy out like it was nothing. Devastating strike. He definitely sent torpedoes, so is the Furutaka. We know this. Here are the torpedoes from the German cruiser. Furutaka, any second now, is going to come this way. He fires his guns. It's just the biggest tell in the book. Anytime a cruiser aggressively goes outward from an island and turns away immediately, he has just sent his torpedoes. And the Furutaka retreats back, but he's in a broadside position and not quite as much as I would have liked. Only did, what, 2,000 points of damage? Really? Really? We gotta punish these guys whenever they play like that. And someone recognizes me. Oh, I didn't see you. Yeah, I don't really announce my presence. You might see someone mention that, hey, we got a stream, go on this. That's like the antithesis of how I live my life. I like to be under the radar. Because you guys and gals can use the information that someone you recognize is in the game. You know how I play the game. I show it to you. I explain exactly in detail what I'm trying to do. You could use that against me. So I don't want to highlight the fact that I'm here. I don't need that attention. I appreciate all the support. I'm really happy that you enjoy my content, but I do it for the teaching and knowing that people enjoy it. I don't care about the attention that I get. Now, this Furutaka probably would prefer to not get my attention. I was considering firing on the destroyer, but I held my fire. I saw that the Furutaka might come this way. He did. I then waited to see if he ran aground. He did not, and we fire at the waterline, broadside, 2 citadels, devastating strike. See you later, Furutaka. And some people would have been, you're holding your fire too long, Notser. You're holding your fire too long. Well, if the target ran aground, the lead would be irrelevant. I want to one-shot these guys. That's my goal. So I'm willing to wait the 3 to 5 seconds to confirm the player is not going to run aground and then fire at the waterline. Since we're fully reloaded, we fire again. Only need 1 shot. Precision British engineering. Anyone who gets the reference, precision German engineering. Mr. Reinhardt from Overwatch. And we have an enemy, Mahan. This was the guy that I was messing around with earlier. He decided to go around the island. There are 2 enemy battleships also on the western flank that still have not come forward. And I'm trying to lead him. Oh, this is much better. He softens into a perfect broadside. That's what I want to see. And we're overshooting slightly. Actually, that was terrible. Ooh, someone did a big shot. Secondaries are going off. I'm trying to make sure that I don't take torpedoes. It's just so obvious when a person goes broadside and doesn't fire their guns, they've sent their torpedoes. Now, I'm pretty healthy. I could afford to take more damage, but I want to be as clean as possible in this game. I want to make the right choices in the right moments. We've only got 1 kill up on them. 3 of those kills being me. Oh yeah. But, I mean, they really did end up being me. 2 cruisers. Devastating strikes. Predictable paths they took. Predictable broadside. I have a large caliber gun. Very large caliber for my tier. Top tier. It should be relatively easy to penetrate their armor. Now, my turret traverse is awful. You have to sort of predict what is coming towards you and use that to your advantage. This enemy, Fuso, is about to be in a broadside, and you notice there's no island warning indicator. This means I can freely fire and actually get to the target. It's a fantastic, I think they added it, 2 patches ago, but it's very easy to use. Just make sure the icon's not there, and if you can confirm the icon is not there when you are firing at the nice 11,000, when you can confirm that the icon is not there and you have the correct lead, then you should easily fire. Now you see the icon is there. It's because that little sharper point on the island is in the way, but as he moves past it and as I can give the appropriate lead, I can safely engage the target. Now, this enemy destroyer, he's kind of being sneaky. He's really being sneaky. Oh, we're going to take 3 easily. Oh, this is going to hurt. Whew. Well, there goes 50% of my life like it was nothing. And he probably got that because of the aircraft indicator. When I was firing my gun, it would extend. Someone had an aircraft, either the Fuso or the other battleship, and it gave my position away. I should have considered that. The Fuso should consider my positioning as well. 16,000 points of damage, another Citadel. He's showing too much of his side. He's too preoccupied with other targets, and he's weakening his position. And all I have to do is wait for him to make the mistake. Now, one thing I will say, you don't see the stopwatch blinking. That's completely gone. Absolutely 100% no longer in the game. And it might just be confirmation bias. I think people are missing more shots than they usually do. Oh, nice! 22,000 points of damage. 3 consecutive Citadels. Minimum of what, 13,000 or 11,000? Maximum 22,000. We did so much damage to that enemy battleship. But I put myself in a good position. He did not protect himself enough. The team is great. We turned a really close game into a blowout, and I'm waiting for this enemy Fuso to continue forward. I don't have to worry about that enemy destroyer on my starboard side. I can easily engage the target on my own terms, and I wanted to rotate my guns to my starboard and move forward. I was afraid the Fuso might just stop completely, and I need to cover that ground. What ends up happening, though, is I think he's actually moving forward, and he's just moving forward really slowly. He's trying to isolate so only one target can engage him. That's a great way to play the game. You notice that's exactly what I've done this entire match. Tried to keep islands in the way of my enemies, and I was just looking, okay, it looks like he predicted that I would exit out of the island on the north side. His guns were facing to the north, right? Let's confirm again. Yes, they were. You can see they're sort of facing up straight north. And this, I sort of feel like a rogue or some sneaky ninja. Ooh, we see what you're doing, Fuso. Ooh, yes, wouldn't it be a shame if I would come around and broadside you? But I might not have the angle. And he was indeed backing up. The confirmation of the smokestack backing up. Yeah, that angle's real crap. Oh. Well, if you're given a real crap angle, aim for the superstructure. And that's what I try to do. I did 8,600 high caliber. I'm very happy with the amount of damage in that scenario. If I were to aim for the hull of the ship, it would probably ricochet 50% at least. So that was a decision to go for less overall damage, but more confirmed damage. And he does about the same right back to me. Arrgh. Dang it. I showed too much of my side, and yeah, I felt the friendly near me. Oh, are you really going to do this? Is he really going to do this? He's this greedy? He wants to get his back guns involved. Okay. I'm fully reloaded. Wait for a clear broadside. We fire at the waterline. We take him out. 5K. Kraken unleashed. And all that remains is that little enemy destroyer. And he's taken out almost in the same moment. But this was a really fun game. The Warspite feels great. I can't say that I took more or less damage, need more time, but Kraken unleashed 2 devastating strikes, high caliber, 5 kills, 1,930 base XP. We were top tier, we should have carried, but we did. Poimei did a good job, the Hatsuharu did a great job as well. The top 4 on our team all have the kills. 99% of the damage I did was AP, not surprising for a battleship at all. Hope you enjoyed seeing the Warspite in her prime in 0.5.9. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.